Live from the studios of First Coast News, Jordan Wilkerson and David Benfield. This is First Coast Living.
Hello, happy Monday and welcome to First Coast Living. I'm Jordan Wilkerson.
And I'm David Benfield. Thank you for starting your week with us.
Yes, and hey Alex back there.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you, Mom.
Yeah, I hope you had a great weekend. I'm trying to think, you know how sometimes you have those weekends where you're like, what did I do?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just like Saturday, you know what, our Wi-Fi went out.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's like,
In the modern day, that's the worst.
Yeah, and actually the guy had to come out and reline our Wi-Fi. So now it's actually sitting on top of our grass and we have to do the yard. So now I'm gonna have to like lift it with my husband. So they're gonna come back later this week and do it. But it is crazy when you're like my husband's like, well, can't do any work today because he works from home unless he's traveling, you know. So I'm like, all right, well.
Yeah.
So we just kind of stayed around. I got rid of so many items of clothing I had to take to Goodwill or something because just pile. Because we were like in the house, you know, waiting for the guy to show up.
Right. So let's do something productive.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, so we had a pretty good weekend. So we went swimming over at Gigi Papa's, which was pretty nice. That was
Very
cool.
nice.
And then did a whole bunch of yard work.
Ah, so it was productive for you too.
It was very
and it
productive.
was so hot though, gosh.
Yeah, it was scorching. I had to wait to do the yard work until pretty much Gwen goes to bed. It was pretty rad. It was awful. Yeah, I mean, it's
We
super summer,
survived.
but we're almost through it.
We survived. All right, well,
Yeah.
let's get started, shall we, for the
Let's do
show
it.
today, Writing for a Good Cause. Coming up, we sit down with an author who is helping those impacted by the earthquake in Venezuela.
Gotcha, right on. Get ready for lights, camera, and action. We'll tell you about the University of North Florida Lazara Theater's grand reopening.
Very exciting. And the First Coast Living team made a special trip to Marineland Dolphin Adventure. You definitely want to check this out. We had so much fun swimming with the
Oh,
dolphins.
that was amazing.
But first,
Come on.
it's time for Say What? And tell us, David, what's
All
up?
right, the wait is over. Football is back, even if it is just preseason. So
Right.
the Jags were in New Orleans Saturday for their matchup against the Saints. It was a day to evaluate depth on the roster as we sat all of our starters. So that means no Trevor, no Travis, just the backups. The first half was simply ugly football. I mean, it really was. But the Jags rallied in the second half and came out with a victory, 24-20 over the Saints. The one guy that really stood out to me, though, was rookie running back Jamar Taylor. So he rushed for 78 yards on 22 carries with a touchdown, which is pretty good, right?
Okay.
So the next preseason game is right here in Jacksonville. It's this Friday against the Panthers, and kickoff is scheduled for 7:30.
Oh, it's a
p.m.
night game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I'll take any night game, honestly. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care if it's preseason or not. It's,
Right.
Like, night games are just the best. Like, there's something about that whole atmosphere.
a different feeling.
Yeah, under the lights, it's just cool. It's
And
very
especially with it being so hot, like when we had season tickets, we just like never wanted to go to those first couple games because
Well,
it was
they're-
just so hot.
Because it's super summer and you're just scorching. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculously hot. But
Yes.
it should be a good time. So let's, everybody get out there, check out the Jags. Let's go. I think we're going to have starters on the second game, too. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like we're going to have some of the starters in there.
Okay, they're looking hot. You know who else is looking hot?
Uh-oh.
Prepare to be amazed. The Psych Sommelier is here once again. We got Alex Trendler. Great to see you.
Guys, thank you for having me back. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wanted to try something a little bit bold and strange with you guys
Ooh.
today.
Okay.
I hope you're ready for it. I hope I'm ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got a couple envelopes here.
Okay.
And we'll get to those in a second. But
Okay.
David,
Yes.
before the show, I asked you to think of a playing card. Mm-hmm. And you've kept it in your head, and you
Yeah.
haven't told me. You
Nope.
haven't. There's nothing
I
physical
have told him
represent-
nothing?
He's told me nothing.
I don't even know
I
it.
wrote it down in a little note, and I made sure that he did not see it. He has not seen it.
I haven't either.
Yeah, you haven't either.
I'm curious.
We're going to play a little game, and it's called the No Game.
Okay.
And what I'd like you to do is I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and each question, I'd just like you to answer no, regardless of what the answer really is. All right? Do you understand?
No.
Excellent. Oh, I love it. You're the first person to
I
answer
would have
that
said
correctly.
yes.
Okay. Is it a red card?
No.
Is it a black card?
No.
Is it a face card?
No.
Is it a number card?
No.
Is it high?
No.
Is it low?
No.
All right, now you've been answering no, and you might have given me more information than you realize. Now I'd like you to just say nothing.
Okay.
Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're an Aries, right?
Yes, indeed.
Poker face.
I'm gonna
He's
make
gonna
a
do
call
it, and it's
here.
gonna freak me out.
I know. I always am amazed.
He's gonna do it, and he's gonna freak me out.
You're born in April.
Yeah.
Your name is David.
Yeah.
I feel like I see how your imagination came up with this. Are we looking at the 4 of
Stop.
diamonds?
Stop.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Yes. Yeah, I can finally answer yes.
that's a nice way to start, and that's me getting inside your head. But I'd like you to get inside mine.
Uh-oh. Oh, wow.
That might be a little bit freakier. It might be a little bit weird.
Okay.
Tell you what. This says Monday, August 17th, 2026. And
Okay.
hold on to that.
Okay.
We're going to address that in a moment.
Okay.
Jordan, I've got a pocket dictionary of
Okay.
the English language here. What I'd like you to do is we'll put her on the table, and I'd like you to just flip through to a page in the middle. And don't look at what page it is. Just
Okay.
kind of keep it slightly open. Don't
All right.
show anyone.
Okay.
Happy? I'll tell you what. Here, bookmark your page here real
Okay.
quick.
Yeah.
This is weird. I've never done anything like this, and I've been on the show a few times now,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Been here for a few years now with us.
so let's just come up to speed. You thought of a card. I got inside your head. You gave me some psychological tells, and we got to what your card is. Now, Jordan, you've chosen a random page from the dictionary. David, I don't want you to look at what this word is, okay? This is going to be just for Jordan. But Jordan,
Okay.
do me a favor. Can you just look at this word
The
right
first
here?
one? Okay.
Yeah, you got it?
Yep.
You sure you know what it is?
Yes.
Do me a favor. Just hold the book and think about your word.
Okay.
Okay? Imagine it in your head. Go over it. Imagine you're holding it in your hand. Is the word marshmallow?
No,
Is it really not?
it's really not.
It wasn't marshmallow. Was it metric system? What was your word?
Imaginary.
That's pretty on the nose, right? But that's impossible. It can't be the word imaginary.
Why is that?
Well, look it up. That's the only word that's not in my dictionary.
Oh,
Wait, stop.
creepy. No.
Look, David, could you open your envelope for me?
How? We would have seen him rip this. Wait, stop it. Don't tell.
Of course it is. You know it's gonna
Get
be.
in there.
No
know it is. It's
way.
imaginary.
Can you make sure that it
It
matches?
was in there. You should. I
That's-
look.
Whoop.
Okay, I just like. That's so freaky.
The willies. Give me the heebie-jeebies.
It was right there.
Now, there's one last thing I'd like to give to you guys, and it's this envelope labeled the future.
Okay.
Ooh, cool.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
If you would like to seal this up in
Okay.
the bubble mailer,
All right, you see it here.
Yep.
take a good look, because we're going to open it
And it
next
is-
time I'm on the show.
It's sticky closed,
Yep,
so
it's closed.
I'm not going to open it.
Yep.
You want me to close this too?
Yeah, if you want to
yeah.
like do the thing,
All
seal
right,
it up.
let's do it.
And I never want to touch it again. We're going to leave that in your possession
Yeah.
the next time I'm on the show.
Okay,
Bring
we'll
it
keep
out.
that at our
Chris?
desk.
Can you come grab this for me, please, sir?
Beautiful.
Put this in a very, very secure place where not even we will know where it is. Yes.
Oh, that's
Excellent.
a good idea.
Thank you,
okay.
sir.
Oh my gosh, you freak us out every time in the best way possible. Where can we find where you're going to be? Just give us your website or social media real quick.
So alextrendler.com. I'm Alex Trendler on Instagram. I'm the easiest person to find online. I'm going to be at Blue Jay. I have a new residency at the refinery. I'm doing the
Awesome.
Kickers Country Bar talent show. It's
Oh my
a lot of great
gosh,
shows.
Great job, man.
this is crazy. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
Alex,
trying to think, how did this
always
even happen?
Freak me out, brother.
Great job.
That
Thanks
is
again.
so
Thanks
great.
for having me.
All right, I'm gonna go take
right,
a
you
walk.
gotta boot, scoot, and boogie.
Golly, that's so
my
crazy.
gosh.
All right, it's Monday, which means it's time for Modern Motherhood, and we're joined by a super duper friend of the
little
show
more magic.
and managing editor of Jacksonville Mom, Tina Peckham. We're gonna be talking about getting involved with your child's school. Hello, by the way.
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
All right, so why is it important for parents to get involved at school, especially at the beginning of the school year?
So that's when parents are typically getting involved with getting acquainted with the routines, getting to know the child's teacher. That's when room parent teams are often decided. It's a really great time, and you're also filling out all the forms, downloading the apps, just kind of learning everything.
They have apps now too?
I think I have 4 apps. There's one for school lunch. There's one for the
There's one-
district.
what?
For the PTA. And there's one pickup.
There really
There's
is
4.
an app for everything now. I didn't know that. That's amazing.
I have a kids file on my phone. It's got all our apps in it. Yeah.
Okay, so most of us know, but there are some folks out there who don't know. What is the PTA, and does joining mean that you have to volunteer?
No. So PTA or PTO, depending on the school, is really just a way to advocate for the education and well-being of every child.
Okay.
And it connects the families to the school, the communities to the school, with the teachers, and just kind of really joins us together. And one of the biggest misconceptions is that by joining, you have to volunteer. That couldn't be further from the truth. I also want to say I think PTA moms get kind of a bad rap.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, come on.
I know the memes and things. People think that like PTA moms are cliquey and controlling, and like no, like I'm speaking for myself. We care. We care about the school. We care about the kids. We care about the teachers. They work so hard.
Well, they're there for so many hours out of the day.
The teachers.
The teachers and the students.
Yeah,
right?
and the students, yes. And so PTA and PTOs, they're oftentimes behind the culture of the school, like the school dances. For us personally, my kids are at an elementary school, and our PTA funds their themed T-shirts. We help with clothing drives. We put on like a fall carnival every year. Just so much teacher appreciation.
Yeah.
I'm really passionate about it. But also, what people don't realize is that joining the PTA and pay, like our dues are $10, and so that money goes back to the school, and that's really important. And people don't realize that. And you don't have to volunteer at all if you don't want to.
That's pretty amazing. Only $10.
For our school, yep.
That's really pretty great.
And some of the dues go back to the national organization. But it all goes back to the school, and it helps so much. So important.
Okay, so what about some of the parents who want to get more involved, but there's not a lot of time?
Yep, 100%. Actually, on our speaking for our PTA personally, we have a ton of full-time working moms. I work part-time. Hi, I'm here. And there's so many different ways and opportunities. You don't have to take a board position. You don't have to be a committee lead. You can help one day at the book fair. Like we have our book fairs next week, and people are signing up. And you can take some things home. We have one full-time working mom. We needed some stickers put on like 1,000 folders for we have over 1,000 kids at the school, and she one weekend took the folders home and helped us with that. And it's just, you can do things at home. You can show up, or you can also give money, help with the teacher wish list.
Absolutely,
so you
that's
can.
cool.
Just there are ways to contribute and donate.
Absolutely. It's more than just your time, right?
Really,
okay, so if there are parents watching right now that are thinking, okay, I want to get involved, but where do I start? Where do they start?
Absolutely. We'll talk to your child's teacher, read the school newsletter, follow the school on social media. There's tons of opportunities to get involved, and your PTA is here for you. They want you to get involved. Like we don't want the same 10 people showing. Like
Absolutely,
we want everyone.
Okay, cool. And then right before I let you go, where do we go to learn some more information?
JacksonvilleMom.com is full of some great ideas and tips and resources. We have tips for being a good room mom, and your child wants you there. My my children light up when they see me. It means a lot. So
that's awesome. Tina, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate you. You're incredibly passionate. But Jordan, we're going to send it over to you now.
Well, I am now joined by Lali to talk about Books for Venezuela by Lala Trees. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for the
Yes, of course. So you are an artist.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself as an artist before we get into this book.
Yeah, I'm a Venezuelan artist. I work here in Jacksonville, and my art medium is mixed media.
Okay.
So I do paintings, I do stuff like this.
You made that?
Yeah.
That is so beautiful.
So wearable art, things that people can wear. And my art goes about identity, about Venezuelan culture, and I believe to be like an ambassador for my culture to other people.
I think that's wonderful, and we all get to learn along the way.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, you've got a show coming up?
I do. I
Or a
am
program
going
with
to the Ukrainian festival. It's going to happen this Sunday, the 23rd.
Yes.
And then I have my own gallery that I'm going to be hosting here in Jacksonville in the West Side on November 8th.
Oh, that's great.
So it's a free entry. You just got to go to my website and RSVP there.
Okay, awesome. And then when you're going to be at the Ukrainian festival, are you going to have a booth there? People can come up and talk to you?
Yeah, I'll be there. I believe my booth is number 23.
Okay.
And I'm going to have the books, and I'll have a place where people can get them directly.
All right, well, let's talk about these books and the significance of them. So why did you create these coloring books here?
Well, as I said, I'm creating my first collection. So I made this one, which is called Venezuela a Color, a coloring book for my baby and my niece. And once the double earthquakes happened in my country in June, I was very moved, to see people and kids that basically lost everything, not only their houses, their routine, but also even limbs. It was very devastating. I didn't know how to help besides just the food drives and stuff that people organize here in Jacksonville. So what I did is, this is what I do, right? So I decided to go ahead and make this book. It's called Seeds of Calm, and it's all in Spanish. It's an art therapy tool that I got reviewed by psychologists, therapists, to help the kids process the grief and loss.
Right.
And basically it has emotions, it has...
Here, let's lift it up too just a little bit so they can see it better.
Yeah, and it has a lot of this type of things, which is breathing exercises.
Oh, wow.
For them to calm themselves, to do grounding. I wanted to be this to be able to be used without a therapist, like just wherever the kids are, because there were many kids affected by this.
Right.
I also included a section that has their rescue dogs that were helping to rescue bodies trapped under the rubble, and also so they see like good examples of people that can do things even though they have lost everything, because this dog was also a victim of one of the big earthquakes that happened. So he now uses, his talent to find people. So, and then at the end of this book, I included a prayer. I know a lot of people, don't believe, but they do. Ones that do, it really helps. Again, to do grounding.
Right.
And, faith develops in these hard moments. So my whole process is basically a way to help the kids. Especially if they have lost family.
Right. Well, I think this is amazing what you've been able to do and come up with so quickly.
Yeah.
So how is it going to help, or how are you able to get these to the kids, I should say?
We have a group of volunteers, almost 50 people in Venezuela in 4 states. So there's foundations, there's churches, there's regular people that have offered to help, and they receive our help through our foundation here in Jacksonville. And also my book is available to download in my website. So
okay, wonderful. Yeah, I was going to ask,
yeah.
how can folks get in?
Yeah, everybody that has a printer can literally download it on lalitries.art, and they download it. I send it to them in a different format so they can get more books out. And the way it works is people buy one here, and then with that purchase, we send them the original book so they can learn about the Venezuelan culture, and then we send one of these to a kid in Venezuela.
Oh, well, I just think what you're doing is fantastic, and I want to send my prayers, and just, I hope, what you're doing is going to reach so many people. I think that's fantastic, but again, just thinking of the folks who are impacted. So thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you. We already have 1,000 books given, and we want to get to 5,000.
Okay,
So
with your help, everyone.
It will be great for them.
Well, thank you so much for what you're doing. I think it's fantastic. I'd love to hear how it goes, okay?
All right.
Keep in touch with us. I got to head over here now because the UNF Fine Arts Center is hosting its grand reopening showcase. Joining us to give us all the details. You know them, you love them. I'm sitting over here. Sorry.
No, you had it right.
He told me to sit on the couch.
No, but now you got to go.
Okay, now I have to go over here.
You did it right. You messed up the bit.
Oh, there was a bit? I don't know. You got to discuss these things with me. Well, David Benfield, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you, Jordan?
I'm good. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with UNF. This is really exciting, and you got to host something, or you're going to?
Yeah, so this is really cool. So on August 20th, right, this Thursday, we're going to reopen the Lazara Theater at the University of North Florida, right? So they put in over $2 million worth of renovations to this place. So they've upgraded the lights, they've upgraded audio capabilities. It's going to be absolutely really super amazing. So I've worked at the University of North Florida at the Fine Arts Center for like several years. I've pretty much done every job you can do there, right? Like I've done stage managing. I've like pulled the main in and out like 100 times. The guy from Shinjun gave me gloves because it was crazy. But anyway, so because I've done so much work in that theater, they've brought me in to MC the event.
Right.
So it should be really amazing.
Okay, and who's invited to this?
So everybody is invited.
Okay.
Everyone, all ages, big to small, all human beings. If you have a heartbeat, please come and check it out. So no, it's really cool. So at 6:30, we're going to open the doors, and there's going to be about an hour or so of like happy. Well, the happy hour starts at like 5:15. So if you can get there as early as 5:15, you can actually scan that QR code, so that way you RSVP.
Perfect.
So we really want to know how many people are going to be there. So please do go ahead and RSVP if you plan on attending. But it's going to be cool. There's going to be really amazing demonstrations. There's going to be all kinds of like cool like local lighting designers. It's going to be super neat. So
Yeah.
Misty, my super friend Misty, actually, she's one of the lighting designers. She's one of the big wigs over there at the theater. She's going to be doing a full-on lighting design for AC/DC's Thunderstruck.
No way.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes,
That
that's
looks
how we're gonna
beautiful
open the
there
show.
too, by the way. That looks
It's gorgeous.
awesome.
So the Lazara Theater is absolutely stunning on its own, right? Like
Right.
just the facility itself is amazing, but what they've done to upgrade it is pretty exclusive. So they're like my understanding is it's the only theater in the University of North Florida that has some of the capabilities, the lighting capabilities that they have.
Right.
So it's kind of an exclusive venue. So if you want to, one of the things that we're kind of trying to do is show folks what all has happened in this theater,
Okay.
and what all you can get if you book things there, and what all you can expect if you go see shows there.
Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of booking things, yeah, because a lot of the theaters will offer up their theater for big corporate events
right.
or any sort of parties.
That's right.
I didn't even think about doing it there. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
and there's like lots of dance competitions and stuff that happen
Very
through the year.
cool.
In fact, you'll get to see one of those on stage Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah, the dance comps are wild, y'all. I mean, seriously, we have some serious dance troupes that are around here in town.
Right.
And they show up. It's like this whole long day of events. So if you do have a dance troupe that's out there that hasn't performed at the University of North Florida, you really should check that out because it is
Very cool.
super cool.
Well, really quickly too, talk about the importance. I mean, you know very well the importance of art in our community.
Yeah, so what would the world be like without art? It would suck.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, really, like, art's one of those things, and performance is one of those things that no matter how hard or trying times get, right, we all need a way to escape.
Yeah.
Right? We all need to get out for just a second.
Yep.
And that's why no matter what's going on in the world, entertainment seems to continuously thrive. Right?
That's a good point.
Right, and so
Yeah.
because, I mean, after all, again, what would the world be like if it wasn't for
Yeah.
musicians and actors and dancers and poets
Yeah.
and writers? Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, some people like to read to escape, some people like performing arts. There's so many different ways to express yourself, and it makes a big difference. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear how it goes.
Oh, it's gonna be super fun. Make sure that you
Awesome.
come out, guys. Remember, it's this Thursday. If you want to get there for happy hour, it is at 5:15. Just go online and make sure that you check that out and RSVP, please, so that way we know
Yeah,
who
you
all is coming.
gotta get a head count.
Yeah, but guys, stick around because who's ready to swim with the dolphins?
so
Coming
fun.
up later, we're gonna take you on a super duper cool adventure, a little one-tank trip to Marineland. Stick around, we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. I'm now joined by Larry Feigert with the University of Florida Duval County Extension Office, and today we're going to be talking about their upcoming open house. But first, as the urban forestry extension agent, you brought some props to demonstrate one of the things that we're going to need to be aware of in our landscape trees and how we can take care of them, or make them safer during hurricanes, right? Larry, good to see you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Good
All right.
to see you. So, as the urban forestry agent, I know a lot about trees, so I'm feeling comfortable right off the bat talking about trees. So what we're going to talk about is just one of the most common branch failures in a storm.
Okay.
And it's like this: when you see branches that are this is called a co-dominant stem. There's not one dominant stem, there's 2 or 3.
Copy that.
And so the other thing is you see a V-shaped branch attachment.
Right.
So what makes them really weak is, if we look in here, I'll let you see that.
Yeah.
The bark gets included or embedded in
wow.
that joint. So there's no wood-on-wood attachment. So when the wind blows them, they just kind of go, shh.
No way.
So when you hear about a tree splitting,
That's the reason.
90% of the time.
Wow. That's cool.
So
That's very interesting.
can't just talk about included bark without saying how to get rid of included bark. So the first thing is, when you plant a tree or grow a tree or purchase a tree, you kind of want one single, it can be crooked, but
Sure.
at least one trunk.
Gotcha.
But say you bought a tree, or your tree in your yard has the co-dominant stem, and this will work for something small, or even if the tree's huge.
Okay.
And so to reduce, you wouldn't want to just cut that. It would really probably make a hole in the tree and look funny. But what you can do is you can reduce that branch or have an arborist reduce that branch appropriately, and say something like that, and you still get this branch that goes off. It's reduced the weight here, and it makes it so it doesn't want to split.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that makes a
there
lot
you
of
go.
sense. That's cool. Well, thanks, man. That's really interesting. I just learned a lot. That was very cool. Right on, Larry. Thank you so much. Okay, so what is the University of Florida Extension Service?
So there are 67 counties, and there are 67 extension offices throughout the county, one in each county. And we're funded by the federal government, the county government, and the state through the University of Florida.
Okay.
And so where extension comes in is we take the research from the University of Florida, and then we kind of digest it, and as an extension agent, I extend that research out, practical information to help people with everyday solutions in a easy to understand language.
Right. Yeah, because you start talking science to me, and I'm probably going to be a little lost. So, but if you say just split it right there, man, I understand.
Right. That's what I do every day. So in our office, we have family consumer sciences. Those are folks that teach nutrition, family life, child care, money management, entrepreneurship. We have 4-H. I don't know, a lot of people have heard about
absolutely.
4-H.
Hey, Larry, before we get too far, I want to make sure that you get this in here before the segment gets done. So let's talk about that open house real quick.
Perfect. We can mingle it together.
Yeah. So tell me about the open house and who's it for?
So on August 29th it's for everybody, kind of throwback. But we're kind of tired of being the best kept secret in Duval County, so we're having this open house where all our extension agents, all our program assistants will be there. And so we'll learn about everything from food safety, the Jacksonville Canning Center, the Superior Street Demonstration Garden. I'll be there talking about trees, soil testing, all kinds of stuff. We'll have a bounce house, food, and lots of 4-H information.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. Thank you so much, Larry. I really do appreciate it. Guys, I implore you to get out there and check it out. What a cool set. We learned a lot today, Larry. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Guys, stick around. We'll be right back.
Live from the studios of First Coast News, Jordan Wilkerson and David Benfield. This is First Coast Living.
Welcome back. It is now time for Rain or Shine with meteorologist Mike Pringley.
It's all fall all the time. You have your jackets ready and you wear all these sweaters. You have your favorite fall sweater?
They are packed away, but I'm ready to bring them out.
All right.
Probably not anytime soon.
We'll get Rob, your husband, in the attic tonight. Well, maybe not tonight. It's a little hot. I mean, a little, we're trying to.
Oh my gosh, it would be an oven, wouldn't there, up there?
We take a look at the Panthers, Jaguars. This is a sign that fall will be here before we know it. So today.
Okay.
I know it's tough out there, but look at this. Winning weather, rain-cooled air, low 80s for kickoff.
Okay.
If we do get the rain, it would be on the way to the game. So that's Panthers, Jaguars this Friday, 7:30. And Julie just called. She said, we're going on a date, so I'm going to take my wife.
How nice. So Enjoy that.
So good,
should be fun.
Good times. Yes, and meteorological fall, keep in mind, is September 1st. All right, the weather calendar is different than our normal.
Yes. So is it the 20th or the 21st this year?
22nd.
22nd that it officially starts. But this
weather
is
autumn, so
for climate data.
Climate and seasonal records, the highs fall from 89 to 70 with lows in the 40s. That's why I was asking if you have your sweaters ready.
I will get them ready.
September, October, November. And this is based on the weather, not the sun. I think David's real excited too. Do you have a parka, David?
A parka?
Yeah. Of course I have.
He's got a nice long
You'll
coat
need
with the
one in
pockets right
November.
here.
It's
I do
coming.
like that one.
Okay, fall begins. There it is, 15 days. So keep your cool thoughts out there.
Crazy.
All right, and as we take a look at the 10-day here, it's going to get better.
We don't want to show those numbers. Let's keep thinking fall thoughts.
Only 80s, upper 80s, low 90s by the weekend. So
a lot of rain coming though too. Okay. All right. Well, another way to cool off.
Yes, I heard there's dolphins.
Swim with the dolphins. Why not? Check this out. We did. I am so excited we get to do it again, David. We are going to swim with the dolphins at Marineland Dolphin Adventure. I'm here with Terry McGinnis. Thank you so much for having us back.
It's our pleasure.
Oh my gosh. For folks who have never been here before, tell us about Marineland Dolphin Adventure.
It is your sweetest little homegrown aquarium. It is Marineland Dolphin Adventure, opened here in 1938. So we just celebrated our 88th anniversary. And this is the place you can come if you love animals, if you want to learn about the ocean, if you want to learn about marine conservation, if you want to swim with dolphins. If you want to get to meet stingrays and tortoises, if you want to see sharks and fish and coral, if you want to have an amazing field trip or a summer camp or spend some time with your family, it is that kind of a place. And we are so happy to be here and wanting to know what the community wants from us, because that's what we want to be offering.
Which is more.
It's more. And it's amazing. So, I've been coming here since I was a kid on field trips and things like that. This place is very, very special to me. And it's super, super neat, right? There's all kinds of cool stuff going on here. One of the things that I thought was really, really cool, and we talked about it last time, is that you guys pull water from the ocean, right?
Yeah, that's why we're built here. That's why we're not, further inland, is because back in 1938, nobody knew how to make ocean water by mixing fresh with chemicals and salt, so they knew they needed to build here. And we still use the same intake system today. There are big pipes that go under the beach, out past the low tide line. This is straight ocean water here. Yeah, it's awesome. We're so lucky that we live in an area with a really clean ocean, and the animals benefit every day from that. It's awesome.
History is something that's also amazing about this place too, right? Because there's so much really cool history with movies and things like that. So tell us a little bit about the history.
So now, obviously, we're a public aquarium, but when this facility opened, the name was Marine Studios, and it was built to be an underwater film studio. It was not built to be a public aquarium, right? Back in the 30s, before scuba diving, before underwater cameras, there was no way to get underwater footage for your film. So they built this with the intent of having porthole windows all the way around, and filmmakers could come and film through those windows, and they filled it with all different animals from the ocean. And so in your movie, it would look like you'd been filming in the ocean.
That is so neat.
And that was what this place was built for. But the day we opened and locals came out and they fell in love, they weren't falling in love with the idea that Hollywood was going to come out. They were falling in love with the chance to see animals up close that they had never seen before. Back then, people were pretty afraid of the ocean, and this chance to look at animals and realize they were sweet and they were cute and they were interesting and they were beautiful and they were moms and they did neat stuff.
And we want to protect them.
Well, yes, right. That was sort of groundbreaking. And so really from day one, they kind of flipped their business model from we're going to be a film studio that occasionally welcomes tourists to we're going to be a tourist attraction that occasionally makes movies. And that's still what we are today. We're still making movies and commercials and all kinds. And you guys, you're still filming here. So
yeah, that's right. Hi guys. If folks want to learn more about Marineland, where do they go and where's the location?
Marineland.net is the website, and we are located at 9600 Ocean Shore Boulevard, which is on the very southern end of St. Augustine, right on A1A, right by the ocean.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
So excited. at the Alligator Farm in Zoological Park. I am here with Josie Taylor, the curator of education, and we're hanging out with Maximo here. And this is an experience or an encounter that folks can do here?
Yes, so you guys are currently up top on our Maximo feeding platform.
Oh my.
And this is an experience that guests can book so that they get a bird's eye view on Saturday afternoon of our VIP Maximo feeding. So for this one, folks would stand right over there near that fun little roofed-in space, and they'd get to watch our reptile team do the entire training session with Maximo away from the crowd, higher up. You get just a different view angle to see all of Maximo's training. He has 3 stations that he's going to run through, of course, right, voluntary training. But we also have Sydney in here as well. She is currently hanging out behind the scenes, but Sydney likes to come out and do the training too. And a fun fact about her is we didn't teach her the training.
Cool.
These guys are incredibly smart. And she watched Maximo do this training. And she saw that he was getting a reward every time he participated in training.
That's amazing.
And she thought to herself, I want that.
That's amazing, because you were telling us off camera that like alligators and crocodiles, their brains they have the ability to kind of process more information than some other animals.
Yeah, so they have a true cerebral cortex. That means they have the ability to process aspects of higher thought and learning. So that can be things like their name, but a really big one is patterns. So Maximo is used to his feeding pattern. He knows on Saturdays he's going to get fed, and he knows the pattern that the food items are going to be given to him. Station 1, Station 2, all culminating in Station 3, the jump station at the end. Sydney was watching that, and she saw that he got those food reward items, so she likes to come out and participate as well.
That is so cool.
So it's a pretty cool opportunity to see both of our largest crocodilians on property here.
That's amazing. Maximo is super cool. So this used to be the Gomek enclosure though, right?
It was. So Gomek is the individual who put us on the map. We now have a little museum for him in the back of the park. He passed away in 1997, but he at the time was the largest crocodile in captivity. 17 feet, 9.5 inches, over 2,000 pounds. He put us in the Guinness Book of World Records at one point in time. People really found out about the Alligator Farm because he was here living with us. So he's a saltwater crocodile just like Maximo, and they're the largest species in the world. Recorded lengths 20 to 22 feet long. Quite a bit.
I'm good. That's so scary.
Lots of crocodile there for you.
That's crazy. Okay, but we do have crocodiles in the United States, right?
We do. Florida is incredibly unique. We're the only place in the entire world that has both alligators and crocodiles. So if you head to South Florida, you're in maybe Everglades down to the Keys, you'll still see our American alligators that we have all throughout the state, but you'll also start to see those American crocodiles as well. And they're going to traverse from South America up here into parts of North America, making Florida incredibly unique with that ecosystem.
Now let me ask you this, which one typically gets bigger, or it just depends? Crocodile
Very much depends on the species. So when we're saying which one's the biggest, crocodile typically takes that trophy, that award there, right? Because the saltwater crocodile is the largest species. But you're also going to have some species of crocodile and some species of what we call caiman that are fairly small, like our dwarf caimans at the front of the park. Those guys 2 to 5 feet long, and American alligators 8 to 13-ish feet on average. So they all sort of intersperse together when it comes to those sizes.
This is very cool. Josie, okay, so if folks want to participate in this, they want to do the Maximo experience, how do they do it?
Yeah, so you're going to go ahead and go to alligatorfarm.com and go to book encounters. We have all sorts, our sloth encounter, our Galapagos encounter, behind the scenes, and of course, Maximo. It only happens on Saturdays at noon. So make sure you're planning ahead with your visit if that's something that you want to see, and we take about 6 people up here at a time.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for showing us Maximo. Kind of looks like it feels good in that water right now.
Yeah, I'm good though.
I could use a splash.
I think I'll just stay
but not in there. Yeah, I agree.
Look at his face.
Whoa. The teeth.
Whoa, buddy.
As families settle into back-to-school routines, healthy, convenient meal solutions can help everyone get back on track without sacrificing time, taste, or quality. Here to help is registered dietitian, New York Times bestselling author, and mom, Frances Larchman Roth. Great to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us. So tell us, what is the secret to creating healthy, convenient meals?
Well, thanks for having me, Jordan. And look, I have 4 kids, so back to school season is very, very hectic, but a little planning and also keeping things simple can go a long way. And in my books, Eating in Color and Everyday Snack Tray, I focus on easy ways to make nutritious food colorful and appealing, and that starts with the right ingredients on hand. I love shopping at Sprouts Farmers Market because I can find so many great options for easy after-school snacks and simple family dinners.
All right, well then where should families start?
Well, look, when things do get hectic, convenience is going to save you at the end of the day. And at Sprouts Farmers Market, healthy convenience is really built into the shopping experience. I love their fresh and organic seasonal produce like organic gold kiwi, on-the-vine tomatoes, cucumbers, and summer squash mix. My kids especially love the peachy blue blueberries with their white peach flavor. If you haven't tried them, you have to. And for little to no prep, I'll grab a Sprouts family meal or one of their roasted organic chickens, and it makes weeknight dinners so much easier.
Oh, yes, I love the sound of that. Just quick, easy, don't have to spend too much time at the store. So what specific items, though, should families include?
Yeah, well, you want a little variety during the week, right? You know, you need to kind of break up that midweek boredom, and I like to build meals around fresh produce and then add a quality protein. And Sprouts has some delicious, easy to cook options like the citrus herb salmon meal with bright citrus flavor or the savory garlic lemon chicken meal. And as a mom, I am loving Sprouts' new viral family meals. You order 2 proteins and you pair it with 2 sides, and that serves 4 people for under $30. Just order it 48 hours ahead through their app or at sprouts.com, and then you pick it up at the deli counter. I mean, it could not be any easier or more delicious.
Yeah, thank you for telling us about that tip. I had no idea. That is such a time saver. And also, you have suggestions for after-school snacks too, right?
Yes, yes. Well, I love to make a snack tray. I mean, I wrote a whole book about it, and Sprouts has so many great options for building a snack tray. You know, they have the seasonal fruits and veggies, which I start with, and then I add string cheese, PB&J dippers, organic trail mix, or a deli snacker. And even my picky eater loves their new mochi puffs for a really fun crunch. Or, you know, they have these delicious healthy smoothies as well, and you can put it all on a tray or in a bento box, and then everything is ready when the kids get home, and they will love it.
Yes, well, I remember too, when my mom picked me up from school, the first thing I would always say, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. So I bet this is gonna help a lot of parents just to kind of have it prepared, ready to go, because they know their kids can be hungry when they get home. Now, do you have a favorite recipe to share?
Well, we have so many delicious options here, but I really, you know, I make things easy on myself, and I love to start with a roasted organic chicken from Sprouts every week, and then I make this sesame ginger chicken salad, which is so tasty, has the crunchy veggies in it, mandarin oranges, it's so great. And then you can also make this creamy chicken enchiladas, and then you can use the leftovers in creative ways like a tortilla chicken soup, a grain bowl, or a wrap, and then pair it with Sprouts organic sourdough bread, which is so delicious. And you can do all those things with just one chicken, and it really makes your week so much simpler.
Oh, and it sounds absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for joining us. If we want a little bit more information on everything, where can we go?
Folks can go to their local Sprouts Farmers Market or sprouts.com.
And then how do we find your book?
You can go to franceslarchmanroth.com or check me out on Instagram at FrancesLRoth. RD.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for helping us out with that today. Happy back to school, everyone. And if you'd like to see this interview again, just head to First Coast News Plus.
right, that's gonna do it. No.
Now I'm in the wrong seat.
Again, now you're here.
You know, it is Monday after all.